Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. It's a Tuesday morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning. Just doing a little makeup before I go into the office. And my baby's gonna wake up soon, so I'm gonna have to start making her a bottle. I need to make Poem some lunch. And we have to get out of this house by 6:45 so she doesn't miss the bus. Welcome back to another vlog. My name is Mallory Louise. If you are a new subscriber, hello, welcome. And if you are returning, hey y'all. I'm about 5 minutes from the office. It is Tuesday, September 19th, and it is an office day for me. So I'm headed into the office. You guys know I get a lot of things done in the office because I do not have really many distractions. So I'm going to try and get a lot of things done. I don't think I have any meetings today, which is great because it gives me more time to get things done. Yesterday, about an hour before I got off of work, I got a flood of buying requests for a lot of general liability quotes I have sent out. So I'm going to do that first thing this morning. I would try to do a to-do list, but I'm just not today because there's just buying requests and try probably new business. I'm just going to go with the flow of things because just things need to get done. So I bought breakfast from home. I brought a raisin bagel, and I'll get some coffee when I get into the office and just immediately get to work. Immediately. Hey guys, I'm here in the lunchroom, eating lunch, well, about to eat lunch. It is, I don't know what time it is, but I think it's closer to like 12:45. Taking a late lunch. I'm having a pretty rough day today, which I will catch you guys up on probably after work, but yeah, today's been interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat. It's Taco Tuesday, so I just got a little taco salad. That's it, and gonna eat and get back to work. And then your girl's leaving at 3 o'clock. I was gonna stay a little longer, but I'm not. I just mentally am not there. So yeah, let me go ahead and eat, get my mind off of work for a little bit, and then I'll get back to work. Hey guys, so I'm off of work. Y'all, today has been a day. It's been a good day because the Lord has made the day. It has been a good day. I can't really complain like that. But it has been a little of a challenge, I will say. It's been a little bit of a challenge. Just two reasons. The first reason is I spent a lot of time on certain things today. Like, I got some things done, but I could have gotten way more done had I been able to focus 100%. I felt like because I wasn't 100% mentally there at work, it was hard for me to focus. So it was like it took a longer time to do certain tasks, if that makes sense. So that's that. And just to update you guys on that general liability and hire non-owned quote I was working on Friday. It spilled over to yesterday and today, and I finally got to talk to the agent on the phone yesterday. The call was like 30 minutes. We were going over locations that needed to be removed, all of that. So I had to get an updated quote out to her yesterday, and then of course they wanted more things today. They wanted to see all the forms that would be attached to the policy, which that took up some time doing to get a list of the forms and send them to her. And then she wanted a breakdown of it was a lot going on. But I got the things done that I needed to get done today. And that's that. So it was hard for me to, not hard, but so it was a challenge for me to fully focus on work today, just because of some things that I have going on in my personal life that, you know, me and my husband and my family that we're trusting God for. And I wouldn't say that I was worrying today. I wasn't worrying. It was more so like spiritual warfare. I feel like it was more so spiritual warfare, you know, like fighting back the thoughts that the enemy tries to put in your head. You know, that's what it was. And it's not necessarily, well, the thing that's going on, it affects me, but it mainly affects someone that I love. And standing in the gap for somebody who maybe doesn't know that there's a spiritual fight going on with them, it can be, I don't want to say draining. It's not draining. What's the word? You can feel it. So I guess you know how some people say they're what are they called? Empaths, where you can feel what someone else is feeling. Sometimes that happens with me when it comes to certain situations or certain people. Not that I can necessarily feel what they're going through. I feel their desperateness, if that makes sense, for help. That's the only way I know how to say it. So because I'm a believer, I go into prayer, you know, and I'm thinking about them. When I'm listening to different messages and reading different passages out the Bible, or certain things just stick out to me that's like, oh, this is just right for the situation. And so it was just one of those days where like it was just hard for me to focus because God is doing so much right now in my family's life. And there's so, I don't want to say uncertainty, because there's not uncertainty, because with God it's certain, okay? With God it is certain. Uncertainty is not the word that I want to use, but there is a lot of unknown. That's the word. There is a lot of unknown, meaning what I do know is that God is going to show up and come through like he always does. I know him to be who he is, a provider, a father, merciful, always shows up on time. Maybe last minute, but it's always on time. He may not come when you want him, but he'll be there right on time. That is so true. And so today I was just I was off, you know, my mind was everywhere. So it was hard for me to focus on work, but I got the things done that I needed to get done. This is kind of off topic, but anytime I can use my platform to give any advice that has helped me, I like to give it, okay? Whether it's dealing with my career, with being a wife, with being a parent. If something has helped or worked for me, I like to share it, okay? And dealing with what I have been dealing with today, just as far as my mental and thinking and all of that. Something happened at work today that I could have gotten very offended by. But I was listening to a lady talk about a month or two ago, and she was giving just her testimony about her life. And she was telling a story about something that had happened to her at work, where someone had said, or a way someone came at them, she could have taken it very, very bad. She could have been super offended. But after this person said and did whatever they said and did to her, she said she felt the Holy Spirit tell her, don't take on that spirit of offense. Don't get offended. Being offended can open up doors to other areas that can cause sin. Being offended can open up doors to unforgiveness, or just opening other ways for you to just either be mean or spiteful, or just have a bad day because of this one thing that happened. So anyway, I just said that to say, at work today, I had stepped away from my desk to go use the bathroom. And sometimes I will lock my computer when I leave, and sometimes I don't, just being honest. But now I will. And I know to do that, but because I guess, I don't know, because I sit around the same type of people and the bathroom is just right there, I usually go, do I have to do and come back. So I went to the bathroom and came back, and after a few minutes of getting back to work, this guy walked up to me. He was actually sitting right across from me, this new person that I've seen. He's not new, but he's new as sitting up there. He said, "Hey, can you do me a favor?" He just walked over all loud. I'm like, "Hey, can you do me a favor?" And I said, "Hey, yeah, sure. What's going on?" And he was like, "Can you make sure next time you leave your desk to lock your computer?" And I said, "Oh yeah, absolutely. Being friendly, keeping a smile on my face. Yeah, absolutely." And then he kept talking, and he was like, "Yeah, you need to make sure to lock your computer every time you leave." And I was like, "Oh yeah, absolutely. He's like, "I could have sent all types of emails to all types of people." And I still have a smile on my face. I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah, okay, I definitely will." And he started to walk away, and I said, "Thank you." Keeping it professional. And I'm not saying he did anything out of spite. I don't think he did or anything. I think he was like an IT person, a security person, so it made sense for him to remind me of that. But automatically, like after that start, first of all, I'm like, you're speaking kind of loud. Like everybody don't need to hear. I mean, he was super loud, and everybody who was around could hear. And immediately after he went back to his desk, I felt like, you get that feeling kind of like when you're embarrassed, or you feel like you kind of heat up a little bit, like you get, I don't know, that feeling right there, like embarrassment, or like, who does he think he is? Like I was like, was it in a condescending way? And then immediately, don't take on the spirit of offense. Immediately I felt that in my spirit. Don't take on the offense. Don't. Whether he was saying it some type of way or not, which I don't think he was. I don't know him, so I don't know his mannerisms or how he acts or anything, but he was just very frank and straight to the point and loud as heck about it. But immediately, I felt in my spirit, don't take offense to it. Don't take on that offense. Don't take on that spirit of offense. Because I had already been, like I said, guys, it was a serious day for me. I'm all day. I have, worship music in my ears. I'm talking to my friends who are believers, getting encouragement. I'm doing all these things, and I'm like, that's just like the enemy to want to creep up in your ear and try and get you off track. You know what I mean? Because if I would have took on that spirit of offense, my day would have been ruined, and I would start thinking probably against what God says. You know what I mean? Like, oh, my day is ruined because I have this spirit of offense on me. Like, oh, how dare this person, da 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 da. And instead of trying to think on positive things, because I have this serious matter that's going on in my personal life, and keeping God at the forefront in his word, so that when the enemy tries to come in to discourage me, I can cast all those thoughts that he brings down. If I would have took on that offense, all that would have went out the window, and then I would have started thinking about my situation, and I wouldn't have been putting the word of God on it. I would have been like, oh, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? What's going to happen? All this uncertainty, like what worry. No, absolutely not. And I hope I'm making sense, guys, because like I'm not sure if I am, but I'm glad I'm learning to not take on a spirit of offense. And I even talked about it a little bit when I got that phone call to take down the interview video. You know, I said, okay, I'm going to feel what I feel right now, and I'm going to let it go. I'm not going to be offended by it or take that on so it can ruin my day, and then I'm snapping at my kids or because of something that, just happened. So I'm saying all that to say, it may be easier said than done. And some people call it taking things personally. It's probably easier to say. Learn how to not take things so personally. I watch Yasmin Monet on YouTube, and she vlogs her week in the life, daily lives of being a single mom, and she's a full-time working woman, HR business partner. And I think it may be in one of her last few vlogs, she was talking about how with working in HR, you probably get all types of personalities and things of that nature. People who are upset, people who are mad and angry or emotional. And she was talking about how she just doesn't take it personally. And I was just thinking like, wow, that has to be amazing to have that type of personality where people can be mad or flare up at you, and you know it has nothing to do with you, but you don't take it personal. You know, that has to be an amazing feeling. And when I was saying that to myself, I was thinking like, you can be that way too. You can be that way too, because just think, people are people. They deal with all types of things. You know. And I know I'm talking a lot about God, but I'm a believer, and that's just what you get if you choose to watch me. Because I'm not shy about my faith. I will never be shy about my faith. I will never back down of what I say about God, about Christ, for subscriber or for views. Never. That will never be it. That would never happen. But when she was saying that, I was like, man, I was thinking like, you could be that way too, Mallory. Because in the Word of God, it talks about how we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. Okay, we don't wrestle against people, but we wrestle against spirits and principalities and powers of the darkness. You know what I mean? Spirits and what people like to say demons that people deal with. A lot of the times that's what we're dealing with. And so just think, if that person wasn't angry, or if that person wasn't mad, if they weren't dealing with whatever they're dealing with at home that we have nothing about, what that person could be like. You know what I mean? And when you think about it like that, sometimes you won't take it personally, but I don't know. I don't know where this went. But I was saying all that to say, y'all, be encouraged, okay? Be encouraged. If you are a believer, you already know this stuff, you know? It's just a reminder and a refresher. And if you're not a believer, that's okay too. My prayer for you is that one day you will believe, because on my worst day, I'd rather have a God than not. Because I think I've said this before on my channel. Sometimes I think like, man, if I didn't have God, if I didn't believe in Him, if I didn't trust in Jesus, I would not be a nice or good person. I would be disrespectful. I would probably be negative thinking all the time. You know, I would just be spiteful. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful. And it's like when you know the truth sets you free. It really does. Oh, y'all, tired is an understatement. Do you hear me? I'm so exhausted, y'all. I was praying the whole ride to work. Like, Lord, please help, keep me up. It was an unusual type of just tiredness. Okay, here we go, work time. Hey guys, it is 12:23 and I'm on my lunch break. I'm about to just grab a quick bite to eat. I went down to the cafeteria in our building and just didn't look too good. So I'm just running and grab a bite to eat. But as we do that, let's talk difficult agents. I'm getting my fair share of difficulty this week, okay? And a lot of the times people want to say underwriters are the difficult ones, which can't be true. However, sometimes you do get some difficult agents. And that doesn't mean that it's difficult like they're mean or rude. You may get a couple of rude ones here and there, and then you just have to remind them who you are. Professionally. But sometimes you get difficult agents who like to play little games and beat around the bush and not give you exactly what you're asking for, or may answer 2 out of the 10 questions you have and expect you to put out or expect you to approve something. Absolutely not. You give me what I need, because a part of my responsibility as an underwriter is making sure that we're profitable and that this risk is not going to cause problems for us in the future. Now, of course, you can't foresee that. But based off of the data, based off the history, you can give kind of a good projection. So how do you deal with difficult agents? Keep it professional. Need what I need, sir or madam. This is why I need it. The line I like to use is, I am more than happy to help you out with this, but I need some clarification so that I can make sure I'm pricing this correctly and giving the best rate possible. And that's it. That's all. And then if they continue to not give you what you need, or if they start to get rude about it, you can just shut it down until they get you what you need, you know? That's pretty much it. But guys, I'm dealing with this agent with this big general liability hire unknown. Yes, we're still dealing with this, okay? We're still dealing with this one account offering this general liability and hired and non-owned liability policy. But like I mentioned before, it's because we have their professional liability and we also have their workers' comp. So we're playing the game back and forth with them. We're playing it. But do you know what type of email I came into this morning? So typically how it works with agents, they get a certain commission off of the premium, okay? So for instance, general liability, they may get like a 10% commission. That it is 10%. So yesterday I was telling you guys how, they were requesting all these forms and they wanted to confirm what the commission was. And all of that, it took me a little time to get all the forms together so that they can review the forms and all that. I understand this is a big risk. I understand that. No problem. A little timely for me, but no problem. So I sent all that information, confirmed what the commission was, all of that. This morning, and mind you, again, you guys know it took me forever to get this agent on the phone. It's almost as if like this agent was just, they did not want to speak on the phone whatsoever. They wanted to converse via email, which is absolutely fine. That is my preferred method of communication anyway. But when I finally speak with the agent, it's real. Ooh, I gotta be careful what I say. Y'all, I have to be careful what I say now because I don't know who is watching. You guys know someone got my video taken down. Anyway, I gotta be careful for what I gotta be careful. The agent is interesting. I'm gonna say that. That's not the word I want to use, but I'm gonna say that. The agent is interesting. She felt real comfortable talking to me on that phone, which is fine. But it got a little less professional towards the end. Not in a mean way, but the agent got comfortable. So I finally speak with her on the phone. We're on the phone for like 30 minutes, going back and forth over this Excel spreadsheet that they provided. That was a whole nother thing. But this agent will send emails. Let me order my food real quick, y'all. Going through a drive-thru. Oh, Mickey D's. Okay, let me finish my story. So, all day yesterday, I was getting emails from this agent. One email said, hey, can you confirm these are all the forms? And then the next email said, hey, can you confirm commission? And then the next email said, hey, can you let me know what the rating is if the hired and non on auto is, if any? I want to see that. Ma'am, can you gather all your thoughts and put it in one email? So I responded to all three of them emails in one email. That's how this agent communicates, okay? Every thought that comes to mind, she just sends an email. So we have a set commission structure, which most everyone's is the same. Certain lines of business, you get a certain percentage of commission. So I set the commission for our general liability policy. For our general liability policies, the commission is 10%. Okay, that's what that agent makes off that policy. And I don't think I told y'all what it came in at, but we came in like around $110,000 in premium. So this morning I walk in and see this agent's email. First thing in the morning, first email. We're requesting 20% commission. Please let me know if this is doable. I said, what? You want 20%? Y'all, let me tell you what I feel like they're doing. Because this is a new agent on record, they took this business from someone, or I don't know how it happened anyway. Because this is a new agent on record or broker, I feel like they're dangling the professional liability and workers' comp in front of us for this GL. I feel like the policyholders aren't going anywhere because we've been good to them. That's one thing I can say about my company. Like, we're good to our policyholders. Insurance is there if you need it. We do right by our policyholders. We're not trying to not pay claims. And this is a big, big group. And we pay out a lot of claims for them already. Granted, their loss ratio is still really good because they have these high premiums and they have high deductibles. So they take care of a lot of the portion of their claims. But I think these new agents or the agency or whatever who took it over, they're trying to milk a little bit, and I don't like it. But that's not my call, okay? So in our team meeting today, I told my supervisor, I said, they're asking for 20%. And she said, oh, send it to the business developers because we don't deal with commission. That's for them to decide if they want to do. So I surely happily did. I sure forwarded that email and CC'd the agent and said, hey, such and such, there is a commission inquiry below. Can you please follow up? Y'all, these agents be trying it. I'm telling y'all. All right, I'm going to finish lunch and get back to work. And I'll see y'all in a little bit. It smells so good in here. I smell roast. I smell roast. Let me see this roast. Hey guys. Oh, turn the light on. Ooh, Dre made some roast. Oh, that looks so good. It smells so delicious in here. Hey guys. Hey Popo, how was school? Hey Daddy. Oh, I hear Posy. I hear Posy. Hi honey. Hi mama baby. Did you miss me all day? Okay, mommy get you. Oh, look at my honey. Hi, Mom. Did you miss your mommy? I missed you. And my other baby is sleeping. She not feeling too good. All right, y'all, I'm about to chill with my family for the evening. Just relax and get some rest because I'm just so tired. Y'all already know this ain't nothing new. We gonna get untied one day. So thank you guys so much for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for engaging with me. And I try to respond to everybody that leaves a comment. I really appreciate you guys. It's like you guys are my friends. Because I don't really have friends. Well, I have friends. But you guys get it. You guys get it. All right, you guys. I'll see you in another video.